My name is Jeremy Lipin. I'm the executive chef and food and beverage director here at Summerhill Pyramid Winery. If you want to come visit us, we're Canada's probably the largest organic restaurant and winery with a 250-seat restaurant, a 200-seat banquet hall. We do 100 weddings a year, and there's no better way to celebrate love than with organic food and wine.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Doc of Detox show. And as you can tell, we're someplace else. Now, where is that someplace else? It's called Summerhill Winery, and it's an organic winery, okay? And I'm here with Stephen Cipes, and you know what? We're going to be doing a huge talk here just a week from this coming Sunday, which would be October the 17th on a Sunday. And it's for Turning Point, okay? Turning Point. And Turning Point is a huge global attempt to reach all the masses and let them know that hope is on the way. There'll be information at the end of this interview that you can check out if you'd like to be part of Turning Point. But here's the deal. Stephen is so gracious that he's allowing us to actually to do my 2-hour lecture for Turning Point, okay, which is going to be drawing anywhere from 250,000 to 2.5 million people live. Now, that's probably the biggest online webinar in the world. And guess what? Where else would you want to do it except in a high vibrational pyramid, okay, with the owner himself being organic and high vibrational. Hey, Stephen, what do you think of that?
High vibrational.
That's right. So, Stephen, we're going to get right to this. We're going to find out what Stephen's all about. And we took some shots that we're going to be putting into the actual interview today. And when you see how beautiful it is here, and it's all about dreams. It's all about imagination and hard work. So you better be living your passion, or else you're not going to work that hard, and you're definitely going to get tired of it. So you got to find your passion and purpose. And that's why we're here today, because he followed his dreams, okay? And you need to follow yours. Stephen.
Could I interrupt, Darrell?
No, you're not interrupting.
I see that our star server, Doug, and his wonderful assistants are bringing us something from the organic kitchen. Could we just...
There you go.
Could we film this for a second?
Absolutely.
Doug, welcome. Oh, thank you. Can you come over here where the camera is and let us see what you've featured today?
Perfect.
Can you describe to us what we're served here?
Of course. We feature a lot of local suppliers. For example, for all of our charcuterie, we use Two Rivers out of the Lower Mainland, premier supplier.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Genoa. There's a lovely Copa, and then the pepperoni bites and such. We actually switched over to a local cheesemonger, Percival and Young.
Oh, nice.
In town.
Yeah.
They do this Vermeer. It's an aged Gouda, quite lovely, award-winning. This is actually it's the Bella. It's a raspberry wheat ale brushed over the cheese with vegetable lacerations. That's a Sangle de Grande out of Quebec.
Beautiful.
Local and organic.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Local and organic.
Those are the two key words, the buzzwords.
That's right.
And what else have we got? Oh, just a little extra. Oh,
Exactly.
Oh, my favorite thing, the sauerkraut. Can you bring it in?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing, sauerkraut.
Oh, me too.
We all know about that, right?
Keeps our gut happy. And if the gut's happy, we're happy.
That's right. Gut-brain connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What else?
I just did.
Oh, little water. Excellent.
Stephen, I just did a 6-day show called How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two.
Oh.
So, we could have used some of your sauerkraut to make the show go better. Huh?
What's your language?
Yeah.
I'll open up the little Cipes Brut to go with it. The Cipes Brut is our most famous product. We introduced it in 1992 in New York.
And what is it exactly?
It is a sparkling Riesling and Chardonnay combination that has won gold every single year since 1992, making it the most awarded wine in Canada. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so
Bless your
much, you
hearts.
guys.
Thank you so
You're
much.
amazing.
One little cautionary note, just two of them will be cashew based. The other one, the Dill Havarti, is also RC, right out of Pulse, out of Fenchurch.
Vegan cheese.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I'm spoiled. Vegan cheese.
Oh, vegan cheese.
Vegan, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank
Okay.
you, Doug. Thank you,
All
guys.
right. So let's ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why would I want to buy organic? Why don't I just buy any wine, okay? Why don't I buy the wine that everybody else buys?
Darrell,
Yes.
first of all, growing grapes is one of the most toxic things that man can do on this planet. The poisons that vineyards put on their grapes is atrocious and obnoxious. There are poisons that last for 5 years and kill everything in sight. And grapes are thin-skinned. And when you make wine from those chemical grapes, you're drinking toxins. You know that the New York Times Magazine article from November '98 has declared that 90% of the insects in the world are already gone. This includes the
90% of the insects in the
are
world are already gone.
gone. And every time you drink a glass of wine that is not organic,
Right.
you are adding to the demise of the most important thing in the food chain, which is the bugs who are the pollinators.
So yeah, and guess what, guys? You're not just getting rid of the bugs in the soil, you're getting rid of the bugs in your gut. And when
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that,
Absolutely.
okay, don't ask yourself why you feel like they're dumbing you down, because they are dumbing you down.
Oh yeah.
Because without the bugs, listen to this, without the viruses, without the bacteria, without the fungi, we are not being challenged. When we no longer get challenged, okay, you know what happens? We don't have an immune system. But when you get challenged with chemicals, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're cumulative, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They build up. We have, to me, I'm a kind of a linguist in a little way. My mom was a PhD in English, bless her heart. And I came up with the idea of a silver cord that we humans, and I would also include the elephants and the dolphins and the whales and the horses and many of the other animals, we are conduits of spirit, or source, if you will. And when we dumb ourselves down, as you put it, we are less able. It's what we call the silver cord. My mom would love the words, because it's our silver cord with source, that who we are. We are conduits of spirit and conduits of source. We are microcosms of the macrocosm. And we continue to dumb ourselves down, as you put it, our silver cord is shrinking. This is the most magnificent thing that we have. It's the most beautiful thing that we have. We have bodies on a planet in a magnificent universe.
Yeah, you tie knots in it. You tie knots in that silver cord.
What a shame.
And
What
it
a
gets
shame.
shorter and shorter,
Oh.
and those knots create blocks, and those
Totally.
blocks don't allow the flow, and when you're not in the flow, you no longer grow.
To life.
To
Forever
you
and ever, so
and
be
to
it.
your pyramid.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. L'chaim, to life.
To life, everyone. It's your life. So how did we get here? How did this all happen?
I'll try to keep a concise synopsis. I'm very guided, with a capital G, if you will.
Yes, good.
I grew up as an orphan from the 7th grade. The world is my family. And I get messages. I get strong messages. I also wear two hats very firmly. I'm a businessman, entrepreneur, if you will, who became a tremendous success, a millionaire before I was 28 years old in New York. And I boast about it because in those days, that $1 million was a lot of money. Still is, but a lot of money. And these messages, these guidances that I have are extremely strong. One day, we were at a dinner party with my friends from Scotland, and Mary says to me in her wonderful Scottish brogue, she says, you know, my brother loved the Okanagan Valley, and they could grow fruit, they could grow grapes. I said, what, you can grow grapes in Canada? I said, my mother's mother, my grandmother Esther,
Yeah.
was from Canada, and I love Canada. I said, let me go and see if I can get something about grapes in Canada. And I was on the next plane the day after. It was fantastic. And when I got here, I was enchanted with this magnificent valley. This is the northernmost desert viticulture region in the world. We have the cleanest air and water. We have the most beautiful virgin soils. I said, oh my God, we can make the most beautiful wine in the world here. And that was my hunch, and that was my guidance. And I had always wanted to live in Canada. And I took my little family. We had 4 little, sweet little boys. Oh my gosh, one was only a baby. And I went house hunting and found this property, and they wouldn't sell me the vineyard without the big house on it. We didn't want a big house. It was a separate lot. It was an 11,000-foot mansion, and they couldn't sell it. They tried to sell it for years. And can I just buy the vineyard? No, you have to buy the house. So I had to call my wife in New York. But honey, it has central vac. It's So anyway, trying to make a long story short, I moved my whole family here, and it's been a wonderful thing. It's almost 35 years now, and we've been very, very happy here. Knock on wood, and had wonderful successes. And our dreams to bring pride to all Canadians has come true. We've won the top awards in the wine industry, including Best Chardonnay in the world in France. And,
wow.
Yeah, and an unprecedented 100 points in San Francisco. And all on and on and on. The Canadian Winery of the Year, a trophy for best sparkling wine in the world. Unbelievable, wondrous acclamation. And my other passion was sacred geometry and ancient civilizations, is. And I've built a precision pyramid, which you can see, I hope, in the camera, that we put all the wines into. And it adds a dimension that is very profound, and we've proven it over and over since we built the pyramid in 1997, that the energy there is our own energy. The building itself has no energy per se. But when you go in a sacred geometry chamber, it's a clarifier. For instance, if you put a wine in there that has flaws, it'll bring out the flaws. But if you put a wine that has good qualities, it accentuates the qualities. Same with us humans. We're mostly liquid also. A person going in there that's just had a fight with their mother-in-law can't stand it. They'll turn around and want to go back out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of those people because usually people coming here are on a holiday.
So you make sure that nobody has mother-in-laws?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But in general, people don't want to leave once they get in there, and hopefully we can take your audience
Yes.
into the pyramid. It won't be the same because, you can't feel it, but you can get a contact high, if you will, because it is so sacred in there and so feels like you're in another world. It's really a beautiful chamber.
But isn't that like life anyways? Like when you go to some place, all it's doing is accentuating the light that you have already. Mm-hmm. So whatever you are is going to become amplified.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But it helps to actually just give the reasons. You asked about, what do we got? What do we have here? We have the most visited winery in Canada. We see 1,000 to 3,000 people a day.
Poof.
Yeah. We have a 250-seat organic restaurant. I'm sure it's the largest organic restaurant in Canada and maybe in North America. We do over 100 weddings a year, all organic. We ask the question, would you celebrate love and marriage with chemical food and wine?
Can I ask? Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Anything you like.
I'd like everybody out there to understand that when you purchase a non-organic wine, can you really break it down for them? And this isn't to scare anyone. Yeah. This is to understand that this is a temple. And guess what? Understand something right now, that our government should be making it illegal what they're doing to wine and what they're doing to liquor and what they're putting in there. And they're not. So understand, you got to become your own guard dog. And if you're going to cheap out for an extra $1 or $2 and not go organic, you know what? You're going to get yourself into big trouble. But I want you to talk about that. Yeah. This isn't to scare people. This is to tell you that you deserve better.
Well, just to go about your $1 or $2, we try very hard to keep the prices to be no more than other wineries,
Really?
which use chemicals. And it's not easy because just the certification in the cellar itself is almost $60,000 a year to maintain. And the vineyard is also a challenge because
$60,000 to certify
in extra labor per year.
extra labor because it's organic.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff that we have to do to
Right.
to certify. We're certified both in the cellar and in the vineyard, which makes it legal for us to say organic wine on the
Right.
label, rather than just organic grown. But that's another subject. So the point is, this wine, for instance, started out in 1992 at $19.95. If you were to add the cost of living on it, that $19.95, that $20, would be almost $40 today. And yet our price is $24.95. Okay, we come up $5, and the price of the glass skyrocketed, and the price of the corks went crazy, and the price of the grapes went from 12 or 1400 a ton to 3,000 and 3,500. You know, and the price of the labor, even minimum wage, is over $15. So yeah, the costs have escalated, but we've managed to keep the prices down, which makes this not a a landslide profit, but we are here on the basis of a co-venture with man and nature. To us, it's a model, and to us, the essence and the passion is to bring the world here to learn about nature and what is organic and local, and how is that important to us, and why we should be organic and local. The interesting figures that I've been receiving here is upsetting a little bit. That the planet warming, the cause of it, one of the biggest causes, maybe the biggest cause, is food production in the world. Food production for animals and humans. The cost of it is staggering, and the devastation of the species is staggering. We are facing extinction of thousands of species of plants and animals, and people. We're looking at building a culinary college for humanity here.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And that will focus on bringing in people from all over the world to learn about cooking school here, and gardening, and making wines and food and wine that's local. No matter where you are, you can be in Missouri or anywhere, China, anywhere, and it'll apply. Versus chemical and long distance,
Yes.
which is the big footprint and like you say, not good for the gut. There's very little, nutrients in these packaged products that are being produced that can withstand being on a ship in the hot sun for a month on the seas. You don't think that's going to do you any good to eat that, do you? Anyway, I'm exaggerating there.
But yeah, I get it. I get it.
So local and organic, it's the way of the future, if there is to be a future, without getting too dramatic.
So, so you've been how long in building this now? 35?
Almost. We started in 1986, and I had to take almost all the whole vineyard out. We had table grapes and hybrid grapes.
Yeah.
I went to Europe and bought all the clones out of Champagne, France, to make sparkling wine. And I replanted the vineyard on my hands and knees personally.
Really?
Yeah, the whole thing. We have almost 80 acres here, so it was a lot of hard work, and I loved it. Got on my tractor, got my hands dirty, changing oil, and I went from a desk job in New York to a farmer's job. I consider myself a farmer, and I love farming and working with the earth. Yeah.
So tell us about some of the other wines you do, some of the other things you grow.
Well, at first we only wanted to make sparkling wine. And
why?
Well, it's kind of like this area is being the northernmost dry region. We grow grapes that are highly flavorful.
Yes.
Because they're small. If we growers learn to keep the water off so the grapes don't become fat and watery and tasteless, if we keep the water off and starve the grapes a little bit, they have intense flavor that will hold the flavor through the second fermentation in the bottle. And
Okay.
that's the key to making exceptional sparkling wine.
Right.
Okay, and we have intense flavor because we have the early morning sun and the late evening sun, and the plants shut down in the middle of the day anyway. So we felt we could make a total winery of just like a, excuse the expression, champagne house. And we're not allowed to use the word champagne, but our wines have been compared to all the wines from Champagne.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go on the air saying things that I'm going to have to, fight legally. But yeah, we compare very beautifully, and for a fraction of the price, I must add. Anyway, we have our own flavors too. The pyramid, the certification, not only organic, but we are Demeter certified as well out of Germany, which makes us biodynamic. That's yet another dimension.
And what is that? Can you explain it to the audience?
Really quickly, it's allowing the wines to make themselves and the vegetables or whatever we're growing. Minimal intervention.
Beautiful. And you know what? That's the whole thing about health. Your body is a self-healing mechanism.
Yes.
Okay? And then if you just do the things that are natural in nature, you shouldn't have to do more.
Exactly.
And all you got to do is not go near new and improved.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
Pretty much.
if you stay organic and if you stay with nature and the nature of staying happy, then you're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't have to take so many supplements. You don't have to take so many therapists.
Yeah.
You don't have to do.
Yeah.
So the less intervention and just honoring what has been created.
Well, man has been making wine for thousands of years. It's nothing new. The grapes have sugar in them, and on the outside, the yeast just eats the sugar and ferments the grape. It's like just stomp it with your feet and let it ferment. The two biggest things since the last 100 years are glass, right?
Yeah.
And refrigeration.
Yeah.
So for thousands of years, we made wine, but we had to put it into earthenware and big casks, and we'd bury it in the earth to keep it cool because we didn't have refrigeration. We didn't have glass to put it in glasses. But basically, that's really, we've been making it for so long. There's evidence that back in Egypt with the pharaohs, they were drinking wine. And that's the hot desert. So, they had the technique to make it. Pardon me. What we have today with all the winemaking technology we have, as I say, minimal intervention is the best way. The flavors come out, you taste the earth, the terroir, if you will. We taste the flavors of the earth. And with organic, that's another thing that I wanted to focus on sparkling, is because you can detect flaws in sparkling wine more easily than in table wine. And I thought,
Why is that?
Why? It's more delicate. The flavors are more subtle, and you can just you will smell it and you'll taste it if there's chemicals in there. And I thought, okay, just being organic in such a magnificent, pristine growing condition will make the best sparkling wine in the world. And I'm prejudiced, but I say it is the best sparkling wine in the world, and the best for you. It's actually very healthy.
Well, when you
In moderation.
when you plant it with love
Plant it with love.
and you allow it to be what it was meant to be, and you don't try to manipulate it,
No way.
this is what you get.
It's what you get. Pure nature. We have a saying, you can't improve upon the flavor of pure nature.
So you loved your life.
I love my life. I must say, it's almost like a blessing to have such a difficult business monetarily because so many challenges.
Yeah.
The food business alone is huge disappointments. And the wine business is very, very challenging. You're working with nature, you're at her whim. But all of that is a great thrill. Every day is a new day, and you're always learning something new.
So what keeps your peace of mind? Do you meditate? Do you exercise? Or do you just breathe? Like your wine?
I do all those things, but mainly I feel like let's put it this way, my 10-year-old daughter says, "Daddy, you're only 8. When are you going to be 9?" She says, "You got to think like a kid. You got to be young." And
Yeah,
not
isn't that
only,
the truth?
Yeah, because they are living in the moment. Once we go out of that, we get old quick and we lose it. Just to be in the moment, it's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, everything is in the now.
It is.
It's in the now. It's right here. There's no past, there's no future, there's only the now.
Isn't it great that you developed a winery with your personality? Huh? Isn't that beautiful?
I had a lot of help. I had a great string of winemakers, very enthusiastic people all over the world who patted me on the back. Thank you, Steve. I've been honored. I've won countless awards and been honored very beautifully. I'm very thankful for that. But I don't look for ego satisfying things. I'm here on a mission, so to speak, and I'm here as a servant. And
we're here for the same thing. Yeah, we're here for the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you could find your passion and you can find your purpose, and don't allow life to tell you that you can't have it. Okay. I mean, there were times that you could have very well given up, eh?
Thought of it a lot of times. I've been blessed with 4 wonderful sons and a daughter, 6 grandchildren, and just amazingly last year, tomorrow exactly, one day, I have a great grandson, Leo, my dad's name was Leo. And I'm thrilled to say that my family are, to me, the most beautiful thing about my life. My wonderful wife from Japan, Ria, they've all helped me, and so I have employees here that have been here more than 20 years. Many loyal, wonderful people here. The company is the people are the company. I'm proud of that mostly. And I'm also, very proud of being here on a grand purpose. And I think we should all learn what our purpose is if we can, and bring our, how would you say, it's about will. It's about being proactive. We all know already how grand we are, but we have to step up to the plate and be that grandness.
Yes. Again, cheers.
Cheers.
So, how can people learn more about you, learn more about your winery, learn more about your wine, and maybe come and visit you and toast to you? How can they do that?
Well, right now, Dr. Darrell, it's interesting that we lost so many people because of the COVID, and because we can't have them come to our winery because our borders are closed, and our internet has gone berserk. We put a Thanksgiving special on last week at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 9:10, an hour and 10 minutes, we sold $11,000 worth of wine on a Tuesday morning. Well, that was crazy. People love our wine, and they love our ideas, and they're supporting us more and more locally. So we're very thankful for our local enthusiasm. We can now ship anywhere in Canada and the United States through our US warehouse. We can ship anywhere in China. We have a warehouse there, and anywhere in Asia. But we never export our wine. In all the 35 years, we've never exported any wine. We only sell directly over our website.
Right.
Summerhill.bc.ca. We just sell direct.
What is it again?
Summerhill, one word, .bc.ca, British Columbia, Canada.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy. Just type in Summerhill, it'll come right up. Or Summerhill Pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, direct marketing has been a godsend for us. We've sold tremendous amounts of wine since COVID online, and it's been a blessing. Yeah, it's kept us able to pay our payroll and to buy grapes for this year's harvest. We thank everyone for the great support. Yeah, even our dining room, which we're limited to spreading apart and less people and more service, has actually shown about the same amount of net profit as when we were so full we had to turn people away. It's amazing because they
stay longer and they eat more and they drink more.
Eating more, they're drinking more. The locals, yeah, it's the locals.
Then they have to lose all this weight, so then they take the bridge, come over to see me. No, I'm kidding.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, what a team. What a team. What a team. We're the dream team.
Dream team.
That's right. So what would you like to tell everyone?
I want to tell them about, you use the word love, and I admire that about you. Love is the cosmic glue, so to speak, and food is love, wine is love, it's passion, and we all have the ability to be self-sufficient. And I think being self-sufficient today is more important than ever. One of the biggest things that I thought of in 1986 when I asked my family to join me to move away was to help me to portray being self-sufficient. I did not want to have a society that was dependent on 18-wheeler trucks, that we could have an embargo on fuel, and the supermarkets would be empty and we couldn't feed our children. I mean, starving children. I couldn't bear the thought. So we have to have our gardens, and we all need to be organic. Up here, when we have the least amount of pests, it's so easy to be organic. I don't understand why anyone would want to use chemicals in such a pristine.
I know, we don't have bugs.
We don't have any bugs, so they're gone.
We don't have any bad bugs or bugs that bug you.
No.
We don't. I might have seen, like, this year maybe 3 mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And we don't have black flies.
No.
And we don't have no-see-ums or see-ums. So, I think what it comes down to is that we are vibrational beings.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't recognize this one fact, you see this 4 inches right here?
Yeah.
That's a big 4 inches. If you don't take that in consideration, what goes in the front door, if it's not high vibrational, it's going to bring your vibration down. Remember something, that if you want to be a high vibrational being, then you got to look for high vibrational foods, and you got to look for love, and you can't look for drug infested foods. If you're going to have drug infested foods, they're going to numb you down, right?
Yep.
They're going to make you feel lousy, and then they're going to break that gut brain connection, and that's not great. Okay? Did you see the eagle sitting over there?
No, I didn't see
He's sitting right there, small one. Isn't that an eagle? Yeah. Look at that. Not an eagle, a little hawk.
Oh, the falcon? Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, my gosh.
Okay, you know why?
We have the herons come to eat the fish in the little pond over
Really?
there. It's
Yeah.
a huge winged heron.
Yeah, you know what? Out front of the dock of Detox, we have two small ponds.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is. But I have to put the goldfish in there probably every 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the herrings. They come down.
They come right down.
Yeah, and at night, raccoons and yeah.
I want to just say, I know this is a little out of place in this environment, but as the master would say, it's not really about what you eat and drink. That's a good part of it, and it's important.
Yeah.
But really, when we come from our hearts and we listen and we surrender and become conduits of spirit, that's really where we're at. Right
Feed
now,
the spirit, heal the body.
Yes, and right now we're in a society that has given our power away to an unbelievable degree. The teachers are Allah, the policeman, the fireman, the politician, the banker, the lawyer, the doctor. Everybody is better than us. No, we got to take back our power. We need to take back our place. We are magnificent beings that can express so much love and understanding. Why should the government tell us we're not allowed to put chemicals on the things that children eat? Do you know children love raisins? We were brought up on raisins. Little red boxes of raisins we give to all the children. They're the worst thing you can give to a child. Full of chemicals. That's grapes that have been sitting in the sun. With
Halloween's right around the corner.
Yeah, and the people think that giving raisins is better than giving a candy bar. They don't know the chemicals in those raisins unless they're organic.
Yeah.
And organic raisins are hard to find. And yeah. So, little things like that is great that you're doing this educational thing, because...
So we can call them actually chocolate-covered time bombs.
Oh, you could. There's a lot here to be discovered. And the time is now to discover these things. Let's get back our basic health, our ultimate health. And then we are the triumphant beings that can bring back our health and the planet's health. This planet is suffering. I'm born in 1944. I'm 76 years old. And when I was born, we had 2.5 billion people on the planet. Today it's close to 8 billion. It's not sustainable. Food production for 8 billion people with chemical production, and every time the tractor goes down the field.
But let's make it clear that it's not sustainable with chemicals.
It's not only chemicals. What's also happened is the huge amounts of farming. They tear down the forests in in Peru and all around the Amazon to feed hamburgers or from McDonald's, whatever. All these things.
But I know, but we wouldn't be using all this land up if it wasn't for all the animals that we eat.
That's another thing. But I was just going to say, every time the tractor goes down the field, the topsoil goes up in
the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there used to be, worms in the soil. There's no more worms. The birds have nothing to eat. They have no bugs. They have no worms. The birds are going to drop from the sky. And what did Chief Seattle tell us? When the birds start falling from the sky, man will wake up.
Yeah.
Those were his words, and that's what, 1930s, 40s.
Yep.
And here it is. I think your show and your audience is a powerful intention for world peace and happiness, and we deserve it and we need it. And thank you so much for doing this great show.
Thank you, my friend.
Sir.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
And you know what? I called up Stephen and I asked him if we could come and actually do the show, which we're doing a week from this Sunday in his pyramid. And you know what? He went and got the Wi-Fi to put in the pyramid.
It's got to come out afterwards, though.
Yeah, and there was no questions asked. And it was like, yeah, let's do this, Darrell.
Right away. Yeah.
What a beautiful man.
Oh, thank
okay?
you. Takes one to know one. Thank you.
All right. Well, I really so appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, these are the things, when you can, you know what? It's like this. Life is my sandbox, not my kitty litter. And you know what? You're part of my sandbox right now.
Thank you. That's nice to hear. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
And again, how can they order your wine again? This is really important, guys. Okay? All right?
Summerhill.bc.ca, or they can just call me. I'll take the order.
There you go. How do you like that?
764-8000, extension 111, and the 250 code.
That's
Call
right.
me up. I'm Steve.
And you see, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Because guess what? You're not going to get that from every winery. And did you know that I give everybody, even online, on my shows, my phone number and my extension, how they can get me?
It's great. Yeah. I don't have a cell phone. I'm proud to say.
Yeah.
And but I'm always available. That's my landline, and I have extension 199, which goes to my home office. So 111 or 199.
There
Call
you
me
go.
up. We'll do some stuff together. I'd love to learn more from your audience about what they're doing, because if they're your audience, they're probably magnificent people like you are, and I'd love to work with them.
Beautiful.
Thank you all.
Yep. So if you think that you can bring something to Stephen's table, don't be shy. Thank you, Stephen.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
All right.
much. All right. Stay well, Darrell.
Oh, I will. So everybody, look at tomorrow. I'm going to have Dr. Magna Havas, and remember something. She is only the top researcher in 5G. She's going to be telling you how you can protect your family and why we need to watch out for 5G. And just because it downloads your movie in 20 seconds, it might download something else too, your immune system, okay?
Big time, yeah.
If you want to save your eyes and save your testicles, you'll want to watch this show. She's also going to come back and do a Q&A, but don't forget, I'm going to be in this man's pyramid, okay? And I'll be there a week from this coming Sunday. And go to Turning Point 2020.online and get your tickets. $5 for the lectures. And if you want to do the trainings, it's $97, and then use Doc of Detox as the code and you'll get 20% off, okay? Let everybody know about this. We got 50 of the top lecturers, okay, in the world on this show. Go there and take a look and then see if I'm telling you the truth. And every one of these people are told that there's 50 pieces to the puzzle to become the turning point for this world. Because understand something, and you need to get this. Wherever you are, whatever you feel like right now, just know this. It's just a thought. You are a blessed, loved human being. But first you got to start doing that for yourself so that you can shine your light and show the rest of your family how to do this. I want to thank you for joining me, and understand if you want my book, you can call and we'll send it out to you for free. Just pay the shipping. All right. And then go to my library if you want to start really doing some research on your own and take massive personal action. Because when you take massive personal action, there are 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion bacteria that are saying, thank God you came home. Have a beautiful day.
Can I say about my book?
Yes.
Too?
Oh, he's got a book.
A quick plug for my book.
I want to hear it.
It's called All One Era, and it's on Amazon.com, and it comes with a free audiobook. And I think you can just download the audiobook too. And I said it myself. In other words, I read the book to the microphone, and I ad-libbed a lot, which I think the audiobook is the best part. But the book has some cool things in that. It's got Maxigram app, a one-step app, where you can bring the whole book alive. You just put your phone on it, and videos come up on all the photographs. It's so cool. So yeah, All One Era, Amazon.com, and it talks about taking back our power.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what else?
Oh, it talks about my life and how I'm so blessed to have great success. And if I can do it, everybody can do it. I think
You can do it too.
That's right. Abundance is at our feet. Just enjoy it and
It's just a step away.
Surrender and be conduits of spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, cheers to you. God bless. Have the best night of your life. And we'll see you on the next show.
Beautiful. Ah, terrific.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, my friend.
Love you, man. Thank you.
Love you too. Welcome to the Summerhill Pyramid. This fused frame pyramid, with its absolute precision and its alignment, is perhaps second only to the Great Pyramid. To go within, take a few moments to close your eyes and let go of all thoughts and be the receiver. Steve Cipes. So there it is. Steve Cipes, owner of Summerhill Winery, okay, doesn't just have the best organic wine in the world. He created a pyramid so to ferment that wine and to bring the best out of it. So I want you to join me up these stairs where I will bring the best out of you, because guess what? This is the turning point. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.